In this session, we are talking about turning your website visitors and social media posts into leads and then to paying clients. Welcome to the world of chatbots and personalized customer experiences. Today, we're going to talk about chatbots and lead nurturing. So convert your online inquiries into qualified leads. So yesterday, we talked about chatbots, the advertising, getting the different AI tools or AI enhanced tools like Facebook marketing or Facebook advertising, Google Ads, or your own personal website to target your customers specifically. So that was day 10. Today is day 11, and we're targeting chatbots. Chatbots within your website, chatbots within your business, and chatbots within your internal processes. But would have a good look at converting those online inquiries into leads that you can then make your customers and get to complete purchases. So as we all know, the searches for properties have moved progressively online. In fact, 90% of home buyers begin their searches online, and that's no surprise now. That's pretty much old data. But the significance of this means that if we're increasingly doing most of our searches online, or we're starting online, and potentially, if we don't find what we're looking for online, we may go down the traditional route, even though I think that's happening less and less now. But let's assume that the first place people go to search is online. Now, we don't know where they search, whether it's the agent's website directly or an aggregator site like Rightmove or LMS, and or do they go straight to Facebook and go to their Facebook communities to do their searches, or they look for groups where the agents hang out? We don't know what the main behavior is, or we do know, but we don't know how to harness that information or harness that behavior to our benefit. Well, with chatbots and these automated tools, we can at least give ourselves a better opportunity of seizing the chance when we do get it. So 51% of respondents prefer to connect with businesses via chatbots. That makes sense. Not everyone wants to speak to an individual, at least not at the beginning phase. So that's where these chatbots come in handy, because they can help you nurture that lead. They can help you capture information related to that lead, and then you can keep them within your list and keep them informed and keep them updated as to any changes in the business, any new listings, or anything that's coming within their area of interest. And that way they see you as someone they can trust. They see your business as the go-to place, because then you are providing the information and satisfying their need. Now, the traditional methods for generating leads is dying. Still exists, but it is dying. So cold calling, door-to-door knocking. There are still some people who are making it work, but progressively everyone goes online. They ask questions within their communities, and then they get referrals. And what you really want to be in those discussions, or you want to be the first organization that's referred to when those discussions are happening. Now, there are three key types of chatbots. The first is a rule-based chatbot. So this is a chatbot where you have a predefined script that the chatbot follows. Hello, my name is Jason. What's your name? How can I help you today? Right, you're interested in renting? Bam. And then the flow continues that way. The next set is AI-powered chatbots. Now, AI-powered chatbots, they are relatively new, but they provide the greatest area of opportunity for agents and different businesses. Now, how is that so? Well, firstly, you've got the generative AIs that can generate content based on natural language. So it could be a chatbot that is voice activated. So you speak into the chatbot interprets that into text, goes off to ChatGPT, asks the question and comes back with a response. Or you could have your own custom model that is trained on your data and your information. So any question that's being asked doesn't go off to the internet or to OpenAI. It all stays within your ecosystem or your environment and provides an answer based on its understanding of natural language. The third type is a hybrid. The hybrid type combines both the rule-based and the AI-powered chatbots. Most of our implementations of chatbots have been the hybrid type. And the hybrid chatbot comes in where you have a client come to your website, for instance. They ask certain questions about properties, about rentals, about the areas they're interested in, and that conversation happens based on the conversational design. But within the design, you can build in an outlet or a way for the customer who's asking those questions to still get a response, even if it's a question that has been considered or programmed into the workflow of the chatbot. So in those circumstances, you can then forward the unexpected question to a knowledge base, an external knowledge base, so you can forward it to ChatGPT or you can forward it to your internal model. And that way they still get an answer that's reasonable, that's probably correct, and they don't leave the experience feeling dissatisfied. Now, the key features of having a chatbot are 24/7 availability. So regardless of when anybody visits your website, they're able to get a response. Now also think about if some of these aggregate websites redirect users or guests to your personal website for a property. So for instance, Rightmove, when you go on Rightmove, there is the option of visiting the agent's website. So when you leave Rightmove and go to the agent's website, what is the experience then? Do they just click around and try and look for the property? Are the links working when they come to your website? Because the experience varies. Sometimes you go to an agent's website, you leave a message, you don't hear from them for 4 weeks, 7 weeks, 6 weeks. That's way too long. What you want is, as soon as they get on your website, the chatbot pops up saying, well, you visited our site from Rightmove and this is the property you're interested in. What more do you need to know? Do you want more information? Okay, give us a bit more of information so we can present to you other potential options. So that's where your chatbot can then win their confidence, and they would say, okay, let me provide information these people are asking. And when they've got other leads or other listings, they would reach out to me because they know exactly what I want. So that's where your lead nurturing comes in, your lead qualification. Because within your chatbot, you can ask, are you ready to purchase? How long do you need to do your purchase? Do you have a solicitor? Do you have the funding in place? Where do you live now? Are you renting? Are you buying? Are you looking to buy? What is the situation? Are you looking to sell? So that way the conversation happens, and it can happen with 15, 20, 50, 100 different people all at the same time, just with the benefit of a well-deployed, a well-trained a well-deployed chatbot that has a well-trained knowledge base behind it, or well-trained model behind it. Then from there, you can have the appointment setting, you can have valuation appointments set up as well, and any other personal recommendations. So the chatbot nurturing journey is, firstly, you engage visitors with proactive greetings. So, hello, my name is Jason. I'm your chatbot for X agent. And then you suggest properties. You ask qualifying questions to understand what their need is, their budget, and their timeline. Provide targeted content and property recommendations based on the responses that you receive. So it's a conversation. The next thing is you trigger automated follow-up emails based on the questions and any nurture campaigns that you have behind the scenes. And the final one is you schedule appointments with qualified leads, and all of this happens seamlessly. So you could leave your office at night, then by the following morning you have 2-3 appointments in your diary, automatically placed and automatically pre-qualified. And can you imagine how much time it saves you, saves your organization, and keeps you on the front foot, just getting all those leads, getting all those opportunities, and just pulling in the fees. So there are many case studies online. There's one recently that's come out, that was released by Salesforce, of their chatbots helping organizations increase their businesses, increase their business processes. There are multiple ways chatbots can be deployed in any organization. Even if you don't want your chatbot to be customer facing, you can have your chatbot internally facing. So your agents can query PDFs, query local files, and query local databases for information. And when they go out on the road, if they've got their for instance, OpenAI on their phones or the app, they can ask questions there and then, and those questions will go straight to your knowledge base, and the response will go back, and it will help with making viewings and appointments a lot less stressful and a lot more productive. So, are you ready to deploy a chatbot within your organization? So there are some questions that you need to ask yourself or ask your IT team. Firstly, what is the best chatbot to deploy within our organization? Which one will give us the best return for our buck? What is our budget? What are the complexities that we need to factor in? Is this going to be scalable to all our agents and all our branches? What things do we need to factor in to the decision process? That's one. Are you going to do all the research yourself, or do you want another organization to do the research and just bring in any recommendations they have? Are there any tools that currently exist that we can just plug straight into and start using, or start harnessing the benefits of chatbots within our business? And can we arrange demos with these organizations to see what that functionality looks like and understand what the user experience is likely to be? The next one is content generation. So you'd need to design the conversation and the journey of any client that comes into contact with your chatbot. You'd also need to have FAQs to help the chatbot respond to certain questions, and help also build a model that sits behind your AI-powered chatbot. And this content generation doesn't necessarily need to be something overly grand or overly huge. You can rely on the more commercial chatbots like ChatGPT, or the system behind it, which you can harness through an API to provide some of the answers you want. Of course, as our ethos is to make sure that there is a man in the middle, or a person involved in the loop. So you can't just take everything that comes from ChatGPT and release that to your clients. You need to build in some checks between the information coming back from ChatGPT and something that validates that information is accurate before it gets released to the wider public. Then your chatbot's tone needs to represent your organization or your business. And this is something that you can build and continue to improve as time goes on. Now, do you want a chatbot that's just text-based, or do you want a chatbot that also talks and communicates via audio? These are all questions that you'd need to answer as you're going through the process of deploying this new tool within your business. Then the final one is the testing and refinement. That goes without saying. So you need to create test cases and test plans and put your chatbot through these test cases to see how it reacts, how it behaves. Negative testing, positive testing, A/B testing, all of these things need to be part of your deployment process. And then to really get the extra benefits of the chatbot as well, you may want to consider attaching the chatbot to your CRM system. So integrating your CRM so that, for instance, when a client comes to your website and you pull in their information, their email address, their phone number, that should automatically go into your CRM, and the whole process now should add that client to your any funnels or any workflows that you have that that most of your customers should go through. So how often are you going to send them emails? How often are you going to check up on them to see if they're still on the market looking for new properties to rent or to buy? Are you going to convert them into an investor, or are they suitable for other types of properties or other types of opportunities? And this feeds into your marketing automation as well, where you can draft them into email campaigns and make them part of your normal acquisition funnel. And this reduces the cost of acquisition of any client significantly if you've got software there that does a lot of the interactions and a lot of the reasoning whilst you're busy doing other things that are equally, if not more important, within your business. And then the other great thing that you'd want to do is add the chatbot to your social media and your website. And how would that work? So you can, within your Instagram stories, have a chatbot that responds to anything that you've published, any of the reels that you've published. You can have a chatbot that interacts with somebody who shows interest in whatever is on your Instagram page. And then on your website, that's the typical way, typical place where chatbots get deployed. So somebody visits your website, your chatbot should be at the bottom right hand corner, pop up, and then questions start happening, and then the conversation can then take place. Now, most people are used to talking to chatbots now, so there's nothing awkward about them anymore. Just make sure you have it there as an option for bringing in clients and for securing those clients. So training and optimizing your chatbot, I've touched on it earlier. And what would you do in order to get this in place and do this in a professional manner? Make sure you have enough training data for the chatbot, enough training data to create the knowledge base that will be required in order to make sure that the chatbot is doing what you want. Add some a feedback loop with the people deploying the chatbot, so that as things are coming up and as your understanding is improving on how the chatbot is behaving in the wild, you can make changes to how future deployments or updates to the chatbot are deployed. Then A/B testing just essentially means you'd have multiple chatbot deployments, and you check which one performs better, which one your client or your ideal customer profile appreciates better or works with better. And then the final one is obviously continuous monitoring. Keep on checking, regularly check the chatbot performance metrics, the response times, the lead capture rates, are users satisfied? And then you can speak to some of them and find out what you can do to improve the experience for them. Then this goes without saying, the ethics within the chatbot and gathering of information and the handling of client information. Firstly, make sure that you are compliant with all the data privacy rules and laws. Make sure the information you're collecting and the way you treat each client is fair and not non-discriminatory. Remain transparent and build the trust with your clients, so they know through clear communication and non-convoluted contracts that you are there to serve their needs rather than serve your own personal needs. And that is one of the best ways to build trust and to win the trust of your clients. And then remain accountable. If anything does go wrong, own up to it pretty quickly and have it resolved quickly. But in order to prevent that or reduce the chances of things going wrong unexpectedly, make sure your systems are secure, make sure they're patched to the latest versions, and stay in touch with the providers of the backend software for your chatbots to make sure that when they release updates and release patches, the patches are applied and all vulnerabilities are taken care of. So right now, take action through your own chatbot system or through the chatbot system provided by any of your software partners. So chatbots offer a really powerful tool for converting your inquiries. And as is always the case, there are many shiny pennies and many things are marketed in order to secure your business. But if you follow the steps that we've highlighted within this session, you would not go wrong. So make sure you do your testing, ask the relevant questions, verify everything that's provided to you. Have a period of testing when the IT partners or the solution partners stay within your business to make sure that everything works as you expect, and make sure your tests are done and your test results and test cases are all identified and signed off. So we do appreciate loads of questions from you at autoread.ai. We do want to work with you and partner with you to deliver the AI chatbots that your business requires. We would provide you with not only the chatbot itself, but if your requirements dictate that you also need integrations with other systems like Zapier or Make, we can build that in for you. If you want it deployed to your website or deployed to your social media platforms, do get in touch. We can work together to discover what you need. But ultimately, if you get in touch with us via our website, we can offer you a free AI audit. And with this audit, we can highlight the areas we think we can work together and the areas we think your business can benefit from an AI-based solution. So that's it. Thank you very much for your time. Until next time, which is tomorrow, we should be having session 12. Thank you.